Christmas Eve, Tesla had a present for all of us. They had, well,
not all of us,
not
just
all
you
of us.
Tesla owners, yeah.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, Elon didn't give me shit this year, okay? I waited.
Again. So they had a what they called a holiday update or a FSD preview, full self-driving preview, if you had the right computer, which I do. And in it we got a bunch of items, but there were actually several re-releases of it. There was 2019.40.50. Very few people got that. Then 2019.40.50.1. I got that. Okay. Then 50.5. Got that too. 50.6. I don't know what happened to that. It showed up for like a day. And then this morning, last night for New Year's Eve, I got 50.7. And that was a whole ordeal. You can watch the Tesla Life to see what not to do. And then you can watch my channel if you want to see the details about what's in it, like as far as like what they all look like. But what was included? You got the ability to save your dashcam clips on honk. So don't know how well that works here on the East Coast, but if you beep your horn, usually something's happened, right? So now it'll automatically, if you turn the switch on, it'll automatically.
Not if you live on the East Coast. They're honking just for fun out there.
Mm-hmm. Right. But it's just any other time. Like anytime something like that happens, you probably are also honking. So at that point, if you have the switch turned on, it will automatically save the last 10 minutes of footage to your storage device. And it waits 5 seconds before triggering the save. So that way it gives it more chance to let whatever is happening happen. They saved more stuff to your driver profile. They added more languages. And of course, if you have the right computer, they have the driving visualization improvements. So it can show you what it's seeing as far as traffic lights, road signs, road paint as far as, say, like the bike lanes and merge lanes, that sort of thing. They added phone improvements. So you can now hands-free text to and from the car. A lot of people's phones had this before. But then as we went forward, all the manufacturers started taking it out of their phones. So you'd have to use Siri or Cortana or the Google Assistant to make that happen. And a lot of people don't actually have that on because they mishear so often and they jump in to try and help you and you don't need it. And some other options they had were they have the adjacent lane speeds. They improved the auto wipers. They actually added a neural net for the for the wipers. They added the voice to text keyboard, as well as a kind of like a mixing board, tracks they call it. It's a digital audio workstation, DAW. And they added Twitch to the Tesla Theater. They added a video game called Stardew Valley. They added Backgammon, and I noticed that like everybody who was doing a YouTube review of it, all of them said, "I don't know how to play Backgammon," and I was like, I should probably learn how to play Backgammon just so I can not say that when it's my turn. And
dude, I love Backgammon. I am a Backgammon hound.
Yes. Excellent. We'll have to get you to show us how to play.
But I am not buying a Tesla just to play. Yeah. It would be the most expensive backgammon game I ever bought.
Right. And then they had some more phone improvements. They added camp mode. So now when you're going to glamping, if you will, staying in the car instead of putting up a tent. And it's more comfortable now. The car will keep the charging on. It'll keep on or off whatever screens you've told it to, the radio, the climate control. It's just
so are we talking like fully folding the back seats and just sleeping in the back? Is that what we're talking about here? Or Model X or
well, Model X will hold a queen size bed, as will the Model S, but less headroom. And then the Model 3 will hold a full size bed. And then of course you've got to put your head into the car, because if you put your head into the trunk and you sit up, it could be messy. But you could lay whichever way you wanted to. And that is just a small taste of what Tesla did this holiday season.
Wow. Elon, so nice to you guys.
Yeah,
I know.
Better be for the amount of money we gave him.
Yeah, I was flipping through this, and yeah, I mean, these are some very very neat things. I had a question about adjacent lane speeds, though.
Yes.
And one of the examples they give is they say this is helpful in heavy traffic situations or when there is a long line of vehicles merging into a different lane or exiting onto an off ramp.
Right.
Now, see, okay, so here in Chicagoland area, you know, there's a lot of interstates and a lot of off ramps with very long lines during rush hour.
Yeah.
And so that's what really confused me. Is it saying that if I'm driving past, or if it's driving past a half a mile wait for people exiting,
Yeah.
even though I'm going straight, is it
Yes.
going to slow down? Why?
Yes. Because, and I actually had this happen to me while I was closing my videos out. You get some numpty that just jumps out of that stopped lane into the full flow of traffic. And if you're going at full speed and they jump out in some fossil that can't accelerate it faster than 8 seconds to 60, it could make a mess. And actually, that happened to me. And the car had actually already started to slow down, and it was glorious. But I had actually thought, oh, now that this is doing it, let's video it, and then let's step on the accelerator, which once you step on the accelerator, it ignores all of that programming and it goes back to full speed. The other problem with that is you get the people going at full speed that stop immediately to try and jam themselves in at the front of the line, which is another reason why they want to mitigate the closing distance. So there's two ways to get around it. You can step on the accelerator and it'll pick back up, or the safer thing is to go one more lane over to the other side, left or right. That way there's a buffer.
Yeah, and I think that's what most, let's just say humans, will do. I guess you're right. You always watch the cars to see whose wheels are turning.
Yeah.
To see who's about to jump out in front of you, or you just get over.
Yeah, and the machine has seen so many examples and had them reported home that it feels like magic that when it all of a sudden your car is driving past those cars and it just slams on the brakes and you're starting to get angry and pissed off at it, and all of a sudden you see the jackass just jump into the lane. You're like, oh, that's why it did it. Okay, I'm not mad anymore. But in the moment you're like, But I guess it's like they all have the same patterns with the wheels and the way the car is angled, and the car's like, I know what's happening next, and it just prepares. And I'd much rather be pissed off than in a collision.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool.
Definitely.
Yeah. And then one more thing that I thought was really neat was, of course, the automatic wiper improvements. And where did I see that it actually says that the deep neural network trained with over 1 million images?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's even better than that is because, we kept complaining before they did this that, they've only seen rain in Southern California like 3 times a year. And it's all like this beautiful mist and like.
Okay, well, that's totally not true, but okay, sure.
Well, you would think that from the way that the wipers behaved in the past.
Well, that is another issue. But...
And so the beauty is that as you get each of these new types of rain, because like in the Northeast and the Southeast, the rain style is completely different. If you find that it's not going enough, you just hit the little wipe once button and they'll log it. If you hit it again enough times, like say it's almost got it and you just hit it, it watches you and it learns. So my very first night with it was a rainy night and I hit it and it didn't go enough, but it logged it, hit it again. Okay. 3rd time, and I was going to hit it a 4th time, and after that, it was just on the right pattern. As the rain sped up, it sped up as it slowed down, and it was amazing. I do find that it sometimes goes faster, but now they've got this voice command. I can say wiper slower, and it'll just cut it back a little bit, and they log that now too.
Very cool.